Welcome back, boxing fans, to another great show with Sean on Boxing and Lily, who's in her customary seat watching boxing or not watching boxing. Today we have a boxing scene uh, event on YouTube. So if you're not watching it, go check it out. It's free, it's on YouTube. There's no reason to pass it up. Obviously, this is part of the Pro Box series. We know that Pro Box owns boxing scene. Ironically enough, you never hear people talk about the fact that Pro Box owns boxing scene and that being a conflict of interest. But with Turkey Al Sheikh and Ring Magazine or Oscar De La Hoya and Ring Magazine, it's always a topic of conversation. Hmm. Things that make you go, ah. Jaime's in the house. Yes. Did you see the Ring Magazine award show? I didn't see it, but I did see on YouTube there was a few interviews with fighters, obviously interviewing them based on this weekend's fights and their predictions and whatnot. But to be fair, the majority of boxers, I'm not interested in listening to anything they have to say because none of them are well spoken, none of them are media trained, none of them really are that interesting to listen to live anyway. So I didn't listen to any of those interviews, but I did see it, yes. And I thought, well, that was good. Turki Al Sheikh doing this kind of annual event, I mean, award show. Crawford was hanging out with John Boxing's favorite fighter, GGG. And I'm sure there's going to be some narrative push there that Golovkin ducked Crawford. No matter how hard John tries, he just can't erase Golovkin's legacy from the sport of boxing. And now, post fight, Golovkin is going to be just as talked about and just as influential as he was as a boxer. So, you might not have liked him. You might feel his resume is lacking. These are questions that people had with Bud Crawford as well. It wasn't that long ago where 5 years in a row, PBC fans were shitting on Bud Crawford's resume and downplaying it and discrediting it consistently. So, you know, it is what it is. Not everybody has to like the same fighters. Um, but this Pro Box event, not bad. We just saw a guy, Scarborough Jr., fight Valdez in a really good fight. Could go either way. Let's see. Probably Scarborough, hometown. Ooh, Nandeme. Yeah. But typical. It was a back and forth fight. You could have seen it as a draw, but of course, you're going to have that one judge that just fucking screwed everything up. That's the problem, man. Unfortunately, no matter what happens in the sport of boxing, no matter what great fights get organized, there's always that one judge whose card just delegitimizes fucking everything in the sport. That's why it's hard to even pay attention to these clowns. Yeah, I saw Adamus is no longer fighting tomorrow, by the way. I saw he struggling to make weight. Again, another issue with fucking boxing. These boxers that are inactive, don't fucking make weight, right? Get big opportunities to get paydays on a fucking Turkey Al Sheikh fight card, and then you drop the ball because what? You're undisciplined and fucking not professional. No surprise, Adamus is a PBC fighter. The PBC has a history of fucking undisciplined, unprofessional fighters. So it's not a shock, but it's just disappointing. I mean, I favored him to beat Amel Williams. Amel Williams, I don't think is on that level, but this coming off of Adamas having the best performance of his career versus Shiraz, right? And people were really stoked after watching how great he looked versus Shiraz to see, if he took that next step up and what he was going to do moving forward. And now to have this happen is just like very disappointing. It's like, dude, like you get no fights fucking anyway. And now to fuck this shit up, oh, you know, it's disappointing. It was the same way I was disappointed when obviously Keyshawn Davis fucked up the bag, with his hometown fight as well. It was just like, really, man, what's wrong with you guys? Truthfully. And now that card tomorrow is still a good card, but you lose a world title fight, right? It goes from being a real fucking legitimate pay-per-view fight card with Miller against Bay, obviously Carrington fighting for his first title versus Castro, and then Adamus versus Ammo for the WBC middleweight world title, then Keyshawn Ortiz, and then of course Lopez versus Stevenson. But now you lose that fight. And luckily for Ammo Williams, he's still busy. Ammo Williams is going to be fighting Wendy Trisant, which is a good fight, a even fight, I think. Like here's Wendy, 17-3, not a big power puncher, but a tough, experienced fighter. Like Wendy's been in with everybody. When you look at his career, he's coming off of two back-to-back victories. Obviously, his last fight, he lost to South African fighter Koopman, beat Jerome Jones, lost to Andrell Holmes by technical decision. Go back all the way to Charles Conwell, the only time he's been knocked out in 2020, right? In the ninth round, he got stopped by Conwell. And we know Conwell is a legitimate world title contender. So it's going to be a good fight for Emma Williams. Very good fight. Which cards will you be going live for tomorrow? Well, the cards are staggered, aren't they? From what I've heard, they're not going to be exactly happening at the same time. But correct me if I'm wrong. They're both on DAZN. So even for DAZN, you're kind of cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like if you're going to have two cards, one pay per view, the other one free on DAZN, and then you know what are people going to watch? Like I need to literally use my TV and another device just so I can watch DAZN to watch two events. But if that's the case, that's what I'll do. Luckily, it's on DAZN, so I can have my small iPad beside me and just have the main fight, the Shakur Teo fight on the big screen, and then obviously Xander Zayas fight card on the small screen. But nonetheless, it's still excellent. I mean, I'm happy that we're getting so much boxing. It's a great way to end January. Zufa will have a good card on Sunday as well. I saw that, which is not good for me because obviously Sunday is my Monday and I'll be at work. So unfortunately, I won't be able to watch that live, but hopefully I can watch it afterwards. Right now, on this card, we're getting two good fights. Let's check it out. Penistul. Chihuahua. Right now, we're going to have this guy from Chihuahua, Rene Palacio, versus very tough fighter, Suleiman Sagawa. This should be a fun fight. Sagawa is a real tough opponent. Gave Shushu Carrington fucking hell of problems when they faced each other. He's coming off of a win, stopping Brian Acosta in 7 rounds. Great win. Obviously lost to Bruce Carrington by majority decision. Lost to Mirko Creo. Uh, lost to Jermaine Ortiz, but beat Elijah Pierce. Beat Michelle Lopez. So this guy's done a lot. Beat Ruben Villa, right? He's an upset just waiting to happen. Obviously, I got to go with Sagawa to win this fight. He just has been on another level as far as experience wise. But hopefully, it's a good fight. We have this fight and then one other headline event. What's the headline event tonight? From Maryland. Brian Flores versus Starling Castillo. That is the main event later today for a WBC something super lightweight vacant world title. 27 1-1 versus 21-1. So that fight should be good. But let's check out this one. Sagawa, the African fighter, in with the fighter from Chihuahua, Mexico. Sagawa got some ugly shorts on him. Sagawa's right hand hook happy. He gets into that range, turns his head, and just throws those right hands at will. Also pretty tall and long for this weight division. What are you doing, Lily? I could see this fight being a ugly affair. Already holding is starting to happen. The Mexican fighter is trying to get on the inside, but he's not being really effective on the inside. He's mostly just holding. So, what's the point of getting on the inside if you're not even working? These guys look like they're trying to shoulder each other and get the other guy moving backwards. And for the most part, I gotta say, Sagawa is being the victor as far as that's going, pushing the Mexican guy into the ropes. Neither guy utilizing a jab. Good left hook from Sagawa. You think about a guy like Sagawa, he's like one of those typical guys that's in with everyone. His resume looks bad because he's got 5 losses, but when you look at who he's fought, he's been fighting elite top guys time after time. When up and coming fighters are looking for a tough, rugged opponent that's going to push them 8, 10, 12 rounds, they go for Sagawa, who always performs and always makes it a tough fight. But how much money is a guy like this fighting? Even though you're fighting all these great fighters, you're probably getting real low paydays. Nothing fucking to write home about. Now here you are fighting on Pro Box TV on this kind of tournament setting that they have, yet uh, you're not even the headline fight. So, you know, you can't think that guys like this are making very much money. It's unfortunate for them. Evan Deere says Tio, 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 Ortiz, Ortiz, Ortiz. It's no surprise you're picking the against the black guys, Evan. Ortiz will beat Keyshawn like his daddy never did. Keyshawn has a puncher's chance. He ain't outboxing Ortiz. He's fucking beating the crap out of Ortiz and stopping him in within 8. Tio looks so ready to fight. It's Tio time. Well, that's the one fight where I could see Tio winning because Tio always steps up, does well against left-handers, and if you look at history, he could do well. But at the same time, both victories he has against top fighters both weren't at their best. Lomachenko had a shoulder injury. Josh Taylor was coming off of an injury and inactivity. So even in his best victories, there was still a shade of doubt over them. So I have to lean towards Shakur, who technically is just a better fighter overall. Laugh out loud. At least Adamus won me money when he stopped J Rock's chinny, unlike that clown Telez. Well, that's it, eh? Fucking J Rock's chinny as fuck. Whenever you have him in a fight, it's no doubt if he doesn't look sensational, he's getting fucking knocked out. And that pretty much was the 154-pound division when Charlo was there. When you got J Rock, who was chinny as fuck. Who's the other guy that beat J Rock? That was his big victory. And after that, he never did anything except get knocked out by a jab to the body. Also, fucking not a strong fighter. The guy from Detroit, also chinny as hell. Like 154 pounds, had a lot of chinny contenders. Yes, banana. There you go. Shakur barely beats Zepeda, Sean. Zepeda ain't no killer. What do you mean he barely beat him? Come on, man. He beat him fucking convincingly. I mean, nobody gave Zepeda the fight on all three cards. And everybody that I listened to, everybody had Shakur winning that fight. Tio's a young bull. Problem with Tio is he's also a mental case. If you're going to test Shakur's mentality versus Tio, it's not even a question. Shakur mentally is a much stronger fighter than Tio. Even in an interview Tio put out today, talking about how he was the geek and fucking nobody liked him when they were in the amateurs. You know, this is what we see from John Boxing, a lot of guys like that on the YouTube boxing community, right? Inferiority complex. Tio has an inferiority complex. Him and Ryan, even if they both have talent, are both fucking mental cases. How can you have faith in mental cases? It's like supporting fucking Aunt Galata, right? Who could have been a world champion if he wasn't a fucking mental case. Zepeda clearly won 4 or 5 rounds of that fight. So he lost. So he lost 8-4 or 7-5. Okay, so he clearly lost the fight. Shakur did not wash Zepeda. Tio is a two-time lineal champ. He's more accomplished than all the dudes. Said he wasn't shit. That may be true, but at the end of the day, he's got a loss. Mentally is fragile, and looks like he fucking is a high proponent to fucking kill himself somewhere down the road. Not that I want that to happen, but he's the kind of mentality that fucking, you could see that happening. Just look at his father as well. Also fucking a mental fucking case. Tables turn and bridges fall. Well, I don't know if tables turn. Depends on what table you are. If you're in Asia, yes, the tables do turn. But in Western countries, no fucking tables turn. No tables turn. And most bridges don't fucking fall. Tio is not a fragile person. He's a champion that has risen above. It's what makes him great. Yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that. And when he fucking does some no mas or something tomorrow and is embarrassing, then feel free to come out and say that you were obviously proven incorrect. Raf, what's up? Shakur, to be fair, I would love to see Tio win, especially if he could do it in a sensational fashion, right? Not just because guys like John would fucking be puddles of fucking waste on the floor, but Tio's a much more exciting fighter. I would rather see Tio win and go on to fucking fight other big fights in boxing, right? Shakur has a style that I don't enjoy watching. So I'd much rather see a guy that I enjoy watching win, even though Tio is a fucking idiot and a fucking mental case. Sean Shakur wins a decision, but Tio not going to quit, bro. Well, let's hope not. Tio and Ortiz need to win. It's better for boxing. Ortiz, why is Ortiz better for boxing? That ain't true. Ortiz is fucking not better than Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is a potential pound for pound boxer puncher with fucking great skills and power. He's the kind of guy that you want to fucking win. Tio's not a quitter. Evan, I prefer if Tio wins, but Shakur will win the decision. Even if Tio wins, he won't get the decision. Tio punches his ticket as the first ballot Hall of Famer tomorrow. Well, if he wins, he does punch his ballot for first ballot Hall of Famer. And not just that, but he also ends up becoming pound for pound top 5 fighter in boxing, right? Joining Bam, Bivol, Usyk, and Anui. And some people would hate that because if you look at that, Usyk, Anui, Bivol, Bam, Tio, there's something wrong with that top 5. Something John Boxing and many LDBC and boxing fans from the US just could not fucking comprehend or accept because they are fucking racially biased, right? For me, I'm not picking these fighters because of race. I'm picking them because they would deserve to be in the top five based on everything they fucking have accomplished. That's just the reality. Keyshawn Davis is a ducker. Ducked Cruz, Muratella, and De Los Santos. Oh, come on, man. Get real. Keyshawn and Shakur ducking each other. Oh my God. Get real. No good for boxing. They need to lose. Dude, you're like so biased, it's just fucking painted all over your face. You've never came out with an unbiased opinion, kind of like John Boxing and many others. You're just so racially focused that you always have to fucking go in a certain direction strictly based on race. It's fine if that's what you want to do, but you know, you got to recognize exactly because everyone else recognizes what you do. Keyshawn literally said he would not fight Muratella because of sanctioning fees. You always pick against the black fighter. Always. Always. Shakur is good as well. He might be a punk, but still skilled. Super skilled, right? Super skilled. He blew the weight 4 pounds against De Santos on purpose. Now you're just throwing out conjecture, right? So then I could say the same thing about Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz blatantly ducked Bud Crawford and blatantly ducked fucking Boots Ennis, fucking pretending to be sick so he couldn't fucking get big fights at 147, right? No, I don't. I pick Cruz to beat Muratella. Well, Cruz ain't a black American, so that doesn't really prove my point incorrect, but thanks for playing nonetheless. Come on. The reality is you could favor whoever you want. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, I don't have a problem with anyone favoring a fighter, regardless of why they favor a fighter. Unlike JB, I'm not pointing fingers at people because they have a different opinion than me. You can favor both those fighters. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a fucking long night for you because most likely both fighters you're picking are going to fucking get beat. The only question you have is how do they get beat? Can they be super competitive and win in losing? Or are they going to get embarrassed and potentially fucking stopped? Shakur has some skills, but he's an inferior athlete going up against an elite counterpuncher. Shakur punches with his hands below his chin. Punch drunk boxing will go wild tomorrow if Tio wins. Oh my God. Can you imagine? He is the epitome of fucking knockout boxing, 886, with regard to fucking being a dick rider for Tank Davis. Punch drunk is that way for Tio. That guy bought Tio a fucking Christmas present. Evan Shakur got good reflexes as well and counters well. I'm not lying on Keyshawn Davis. I mean, it will be wild. He's too slow. Shakur is fast, even. My fighters are good. My fighters are gods. Well, see, there you go. Now you sound exactly like John Boxing. Cepeda was working Shakur like a drum, even though you only gave him 4, maybe 5 rounds of the fight. Imagine what Tio going to do to him. Well, unlike Cepeda, who throws volume punches and takes punches to land punches, Tio is not that kind of fighter. He's a counter puncher. So I could imagine him not doing fucking anything against Shakur because never feeling comfortable enough to let his fucking hands go. But he's going to get trolled hard if it's the other way around, as it should be. Just like knockout boxing, both deserve to be trolled hard. What I find ironic is John Boxing and all these guys try to troll me because Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. Who did I predict to win the fight? Did I pick Canelo to beat Crawford? How do you troll me on a fucking fight I called correctly? And not because one of the fighters looks like me. You guys are going to be speechless. I won't be speechless. I just hope whoever wins wins in a fucking sensational fashion. So boxing as a whole wins. I will be there either way. Me too. Tio is a better boxer and a better athlete. Well, he's definitely not a better boxer because as an amateur, he was nowhere fucking close to Shakur's level. Shakur went to the gold medal round. Tio didn't even go to the medal round, representing fucking Honduras. So as far as being a better boxer, that ain't fucking true at all. Better athlete, that may be true. That may be true. But as I say to John Boxing and all these other guys, being a great athlete doesn't mean you're a better fucking fighter. In basketball, it doesn't mean you're going to be the better NBA player. In boxing, it doesn't mean you're going to be the better boxer. Being a great athlete doesn't fucking necessarily transition to you being a fucking elite fucking athlete in the sport that you play. It means that you could play many sports and you could pick them up quick and do very well in them. But it doesn't mean you're going to be elite. The majority of sports is mental, not fucking physical. You being a great run jump athlete just means you're going to transition to the sport well and you're going to look good in the sport until you meet somebody that's fucking levels above you as far as skill set. Tio beat Loma, who had a hurt shoulder. What win does Shakur have that comes close? None. None. Loma's arguably the greatest boxer in 2010. I agree. Like I said, and I heard Chris Algieri and other people saying that if Tio beats Shakur, it's the best fight of his career. I don't think that's true. If he beats Shakur, it's probably the second best win of his career. The best win is obviously Lomachenko, who at the time was counted as pound for pound number one. So obviously that fight was far more fucking significant than this fight. Evan, just because you beat Loma, don't mean you're beating everyone. Different styles. Well, that's it. Styles make fights. Loma is a better boxer than Shakur. Faster hands, faster feet, better combination puncher. But Loma also is more of an aggressive fighter, which is tailor made for Lopez, who's a counter puncher. Shakur is not an aggressive come forward fighter who's going to play into Lopez's counter punching. Just the opposite. It's going to be this technical chess match where both guys are trying to get the other guy to lead so they can counter. And the question is, who's going to be able to adjust micro adjustments the best? Dude has great head movement. You won't catch Shakur with combinations, single shots likely. For Tio to win that fight, he better fucking throw combination though. Because if he just loads up on single shots, he's gonna fucking get embarrassed. He better let his hands go. He better throw in combination. He better hit the chest and hit the body. Because otherwise, he's never gonna fucking win. Oh my god, silly ass, of course, coming out with a stupid fucking statement. Uh So you are saying boxing is so corrupt that they will allow the challenger to run around the ring like a chump and try to get some bogus robbery decision? No, that's what you said. The reality is, if Lopez can't land fucking more punches than Shakur, he ain't gonna fucking win. You have to throw combinations. No fighter can fully evade combination punching. Exactly. And that's why he's got to throw combination punching. That's why when I'm critical of Haney and Shakur and guys like them, I'm not hating them because they're black. I'm critical because the fact that they don't throw combination punching makes them less entertaining and less effective, right? You want to be seen as a face of boxer, $1 million fucking pay-per-view superstar. But when you're fucking just throwing one punch at a time with a very low output, boring defense first style, nobody's gonna want to pay to watch you fight, right? You got to put your hands together. You look at Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was fucking the face of boxing. Great boxer, gold medal winner, slick, but not defense first. But a guy who could be defense first, could also be front foot forward, but a guy that threw combinations. Ali, a very defensive first fighter, also threw combinations. And these things made those guys far more effective and far better overall and more entertaining overall as well. Silly ass, nobody fucking thinks anything you said is fucking based on reality. None of it's based on truth. What makes people think Shakur can hit Tio cleanly often if he's only throwing one or two at a time at a slower fighter? It doesn't seem to be a good idea for him. But yet, Evan, you're the one picking Tio. He's the same situation. what makes people think that Tio can hit Shakur cleanly often enough, throwing one or two punches that he's going to win the fight, right? Your whole argument is contradictory. Top dog. Okay. Top dog in what sense? He's been in that weight class how long? Never fucking unified against anyone, meaning he didn't try to fight any of the other champions. Tio has faster hands and faster feet. That doesn't mean anything. Hector Macho Camacho had faster hands and faster feet, lost multiple times to fucking fighters with slower hands and slower fucking feet. Like, once again, you're using a John boxing fucking way of thinking about the sport. I'm an elite athlete because I'm black, so I'm better than everyone. No, no, we're not fucking doing the 100 fucking meter dash, right? That's not what we're doing. It's a fucking boxing event. And there's many nuances to the sport. He's explosive. Teal's explosive, right? That's what he is. Explosive foot movement, explosive hand movement. But a guy that doesn't show necessarily great endurance, being an asthmatic, Teal was able to move with Lomachenko. Lomachenko, once again, comes forward. He's a come forward fighter. I don't understand how I can make this more fucking obvious and clear. He moves forward, throws punches, opening up opportunities for Tio to counter. Shakur isn't necessarily going to do that. We don't know what he's going to do. He could do some of that, and then he could go against the ropes and counter. He could move backwards and box and move like Devin Haney did in his fight versus Ramirez, right? Shakur can do different things, and it's going to be questionable or interesting to see what he does. Hey, I don't think what you guys are saying is terrible. It's your opinion. You look at who's the UK ex boxer who does predictions for UK boxing? Short black guy with glasses. Duke McKenzie? Is that his name? Duke McKenzie, when you look at his predictions, are fucking spot on 90% of the time. He really looks at things from a real clinical boxer's perspective, right? A guy who obviously was a multiple weight world champion. And when he predicts guys and how they're going to win, he's fucking spot on, man. And for your prediction, he's picking Tio to beat Shakur, right? So that's definitely a check in favor of Tio because Duke McKenzie, that dude is fucking not an opinion emotional based guy. He doesn't pick guys because they're from the UK, right? Like picking Murtazaliev to beat Josh Kelly. He's not picking Josh Kelly like the most UK pundits are just because they hope Josh Kelly beats Murtazaliev, right? I hope Josh Kelly beats Murtazaliev because Josh Kelly is more marketable than Murtazaliev, right? Does that make me a racist because I'm picking the white guy to beat the white guy? I'm not sure. With this whole YouTube fucking situation, you never know what to expect. But Josh Kelly is more marketable in the UK. If he becomes a world champion, that's going to be what, six UK world champions right now. Obviously, for UK boxing, it's great. Uh, you build up big fan bases, and it's very good, obviously, for boxing in the UK. And then we got robbed for fight of the year. Crawford is retired and won the award. Laugh out loud. See, once again, Evan exposing his racial bias. Tons of people feel Crawford deserved to win fight of the year based on his victory over Canelo Alvarez, especially because guys like you were picking him to get beat by Canelo Alvarez. I think that one fight during the year is a great event, and you could say it was the best performance of the year. But for fight of the year, I have a Nui who won four fights, uh, being the first guy in 38 years since Larry Holmes to defend the Ring Magazine title 4 times in 1 year. So I had Inui as fight of the year, but many of the periodicals picked Inui for fight of the year as well. It's just Ring Magazine picked Crawford, and that's not a shock. Turkey loves fucking Crawford. Boxing is turning into a joke. Canelo will never score a big win again in his career. Now you say that, but yet you had him beating fucking Crawford. Evan Canelo done a lot already. To be fair, he's almost retiring. This isn't racial. You saying tons of people think he deserves it is a fallacy of popularity. No, people think he deserves it because what he did was the most significant thing during the 2025 season. I knew he didn't do anything even close to that significantly outside of the perceived thing of a Ring Magazine title defense 4 times in 1 year, something that hasn't been done in 38 years. But yet, who did he beat for fight of the year? Usually, it's about who you beat and the tangible things you achieve. Defending your Ring Magazine title 4 times in a year, there's nothing tangible about it. There's no award specifically for defending your title multiple times. I knew he tied Larry Holmes' record. Well, I wouldn't say it's a Larry Holmes record, but okay. To be fair, I had him in Billy, Janibek, Iglesias beating both Canelo and Crawford before they fought each other. Bud stops Janibek. Bud is retired. Laugh out loud. He ain't stopping anything. Well, there's been lots of fighters who've retired who've came back for big opportunities. So, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. You never know exactly how things are going to unfold. But you're kind of like knockout boxing. You got an axe to grind against Crawford. I mean, it's cool. You don't have to like Crawford, but it's this fallacy, this delusion, right? Crawford does something the majority of boxing fans didn't think he could do. He jumped up 2 weight divisions and beat Canelo Alvarez. Uh, and now you don't want to give him credit for that. Actually, you want to do the opposite. You want to fucking take credit away. It's kind of like many black Americans did when he beat fucking Errol Spence. And they still make excuses. Till this day. Bud couldn't stop Madrimov. No way he would beat Janibek. Madrimov looked horrible in his last fight. See, once again, Evan, you're too smart to make these kind of triangle fucking theories because they're different fighters. So it has nothing to do with each other. There's no correlation at all. Like it's just a stupid narrative to push like that. Joseph, what's up? Hey, Sean, your boy Canelo is in quite a pickle, ducking Benavides and lose to Bud. I'm looking forward to Yildirim rematch with Canelo. See, once again, look at guys like Joseph, a clown. What do you mean, my boy? First of all, I picked Bud Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez well before the fight happened. It's on my channel, multiple predictions. So, my boy, just because I defend Canelo Alvarez for what he's done in the sport, it's the same way I defend Bud Crawford and Golovkin and Lomachenko and Anthony Joshua and any other fighter who's getting a lot of shit thrown at them that they don't deserve. I've even defended Devin Haney against radical Tank Davis fucking fans. So, my boy, obviously your boy is Crawford or just anyone that's black, I suppose. Most people were picking Bud to win. All the insiders had Crawford winning. Oh my God, listen to you, Evan. That ain't true. Janibek is longer, taller, bigger, more explosive puncher than Madrimov. What argument can. How's he a more explosive puncher than Madrimov? He wasn't as successful as Madrimov in the amateurs. Like, what is Janibek's best victory? Come on, man. Like, you're hyping up a guy who just failed a drug test and you're trying to make him out to be explosive and fucking dangerous puncher. Yeah, a guy that was caught juicing. How does that fucking make sense? Even Janibek don't got the defense Madrimov got. Did you see Madrimov's last fight, Raul? Yeah, he won easily. Crawford will also be way easier to hit than Janibek. Janibek no longer limbs. He's 3 inches taller than Bud. Janibek, but Crawford still has the longer reach than Janibek. Janibek has KOs 10 of his last fights. You guys are geeking. Who did he beat? Name one fucking top elite fighter that Janibek beat in those last 11 fights. Even Madrimov was not right, even in the Ortiz fight. He's dealing with some issues. Yeah, and apparently he was dealing with issues even in his last fights, right? Far as lung issues, they were saying. But nonetheless, he won that fight easily and beat the crap out of the guy. I mean, I don't know what else you want him to do, especially coming off of a loss and a long layoff. But see, this is the problem with some fans like you. It's this delusion, right? Like this guy fucking uh earlier, Joseph, right? Joseph. He sounds like he could be Filipino actually with that name. But Joseph, you know, fanboys. They come on channels throwing out fucking stupid fucking troll comments, thinking that they're gonna fucking upset someone. No, you just expose yourself as fucking a clown. Everyone that reads the comment and sees you throwing out one comment and not participating in the fucking overall conversation clearly sees you're nothing but a troll. Uh, Once again, as I say, you can predict who you want to predict. I have no issue. If you wanted Canelo to win, Crawford to win, if you want fucking Tio to beat Shakur or Shakur to beat Tio, if you want fucking Ortiz to beat fucking Keyshawn Davis or Keyshawn, that's your opinion. Like we're all here, we all have opinions, we're all boxing fans. Some of us are just fucking transparent. Evan, John, Knockout Boxing, Dante, Ego, Fannin, right? Some channels are just fucking transparent. That's not me. I'm not transparent. I have my opinions, whether you agree with them or not, but my opinions are not based on one specific thing that you can easily expect in every conversation. Come on, Sagawa. You can do better. This guy you're fighting is not that good. The judges think Sagawa is down on the cards, but I haven't been watching because you guys are distracting me with your fanboy opinions. But now Sagawa's starting to use his jab a bit more. For Sagawa, he can't lose to a guy like this, Pelicios Galavan. I mean, what has this guy done? Sean Zufakart is good on Sunday. Yeah, it's good that it has some names on it, right? But as far as the level of competition, is it good in that sense? Or are they just throwing guys in with real low level fucking nobodies? We got a big card from Denmark as well this weekend. Dina Thorson is fighting, and the great William Skull is fighting. I mean, to be fair, I said after that Canelo Alvarez William Skull fight, nobody would ever want to watch William Skull fight again. But when your Danish fighter Jacob Bank is fighting 17-0, then William Skull apparently looks like a good opponent. I expect William Skull to beat that guy's ass. But to be fair, this guy did get a good victory in his last performance, beating Tyrone. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Zug, another European German fighter. But that guy's not bad. He's been, you know, in with good opponents, Rocky Fielding, Paul Smith, Ekpo, obviously recently, Zach Parker. So he's been in with a lot of top level fighters. But William Skull, boring as he is just going to go in there and win what will be a shit fucking performance. Willie Skull will steal the show tomorrow. Fuck. That dude, man. Oh, who could watch him? Who can watch that guy? But let's check out the Zuffa card. Zuffa. Lufa. Some big names. So we got to be happy with that. So Jaleel Hackett is back in there. Jaleel Hackett is fighting Roberto Cruz. Jaleel Hackett, who was part of the Mayweather stable and was really highly regarded there for a while. He's fighting this Puerto Rican kid who's 11-1, 7 KOs, knocked out once, and just coincidentally was knocked out in his last fight. So he's fighting a guy coming off of a knockout loss when he got stopped by Andre Katakakis of that XTO tournament, which apparently that company is now gone and disappeared. For Jill Hackett, obviously, this is a good fight. He's in with a solid opponent. He's 11-1 with 9 KOs, and obviously lost to Jose Vasquez back in 2024 by split decision. Since then, has bounced back with 2 victories. So it should be a good fight. That fight is pretty entertaining, but we'll see if the Puerto Rican kid who just got knocked out in his last fight is fully back and ready to make some noise. Then, of course, you got Alexander Vosdik on this card. The great Vosdik, who was retired for 4 years by Better BF, only to then come out and be a cherry pick opponent for fucking David Benavidez. Retired in 2019, didn't fight again in 2023, fought 3 cans, and then David Benavidez fought him. And we're supposed to be like, oh my God, he beat fucking Bostic. Yeah, Bostic, who literally came out of retirement because his country was in war and all the money he made as a boxer, he lost because of the war and his investments fucking disappeared. Since then, he's bounced back with a great victory versus Anthony Holloway, 9-7-3. And now he's going to fight Kalajic, 29-3. Kalajic, right, is a spoiler. So this fight's probably not going to be an entertaining fight, to be fair, right? Kalajic is never a winner, but he's a spoiler. Tough kid, long, rangy. Obviously, his last fight, he lost to David Morrell in what wasn't really a very entertaining fight. Prior to that, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victories in a row since he got obviously beat in 2019 by Better BF, stopped in 5 rounds. So it shows you the level, right? Vostik should beat him, but we will see. As far as the fight for Vostik, it's a good fight. Obviously, it's a good opportunity. We'll see what happens if he wins. What opportunities are available to him at the 175-pound division. If he wins, maybe we could see him potentially get a Dimitri Bivol fight. Potentially. Who else is on this card? You get a lot of these retread fighters, right? Jill Hackett, who lost to his promotional company, Vosdik, who got knocked out, retired. Now, of course, Sergey Bolchuk, who just lost his last fight, is in with Butayev. I like Butayev, so in my prediction, I pick Butayev to win this fight. Bolchuk, 26-3, only stopped once. Obviously, he lost his last fight to Brandon Adams after 2 victories since losing a majority decision to Virgil Ortiz. So, in his last 4 fights, he's 2-2. Now he's going to get in there with Butayev, who really is kind of coming out of retirement. I don't know if you guys remember Butayev. He was a contender for the WBA title at 147 pounds. Obviously, he's been a trainer in the mean and in between times. Uh, he lost to Stanionis back in 2022. Since then, he's fought twice. One good fight, he beat Fazaldin Gabinanoff 11-1, stopping him in 3 rounds, which was a good win. His last fight, he fought a complete fucking bum, 3-12-4, went the distance with that guy, and now is fighting Boholchuk. I don't know if I can be very confident about what he's going to do, especially coming off of a performance fucking like that. You're fighting a complete fucking bum, right? What's up? Machado's in the house. But nonetheless, it's good to see him get back in there. I always liked Butayev, I thought he was going to beat what's his face back in the day at 147 pounds. I was very shocked and dismayed when fucking Stanionis beat him because I always thought Stanionis was very one-dimensional, robotic type of fighter. I like Butayev because he had a little more athleticism to his game, a little more fluidity. Then, of course, we get the main events, and I think this is probably the best guy that these guys signed. Fuck, man, where is it? Get in, where are you going? Box wreck, piece of shit. Jose Valenzuela Jr. I think Valenzuela is a good fighter. Even in his last performance, defending his world title, losing to Gary Russell, go back and watch that fight. He fought great. Like he fought the way he always fights. The problem was Gary Russell was juiced to the fucking gills in that fight, threw fucking 1,000 punches for that fight, never stopped punching, got hit and never took a step backwards, and just fucking overwhelmed Valenzuela. Valenzuela currently 14-3, 9 knockouts. Obviously, only stopped once early on in his career. Losing to Russell in 2025. This is his first fight. Since then, Diego Torres Nunez, 22-1. This fight should be really good. Obviously, before that, he beat Chris Colbert, beat Isaac Cruz, obviously got starched by De Los Santos. But in a fight where he hurt De Los Santos early, that was very much a Hagler Hearns type of event, that fight. But overall, yeah. Oh, the fight's over. Did Sagawa get beat? The other guy's eyes were broken up. Oh, if you look at the faces, you definitely say Sagawa win. 99-91. Palacios. Imagine one judge having you winning 96-94, right? In Sagawa's favor. Then the other fucking judge had the other guy 90 fucking 9-91. And then 97-93. Like either the guy that had the Sagawa victory was fucking way off, or the dude that fucking picked 90 fucking 991 is completely off. Like, how can you have such a divergence in fucking scorecards? Like that shit's crazy. It's like one guy won pretty convincingly, or the other guy fucking completely dominated the whole fucking fight. Like boxing is so fucking corrupt with the scoring that it just this is what pushes boxing fans away. Because if you watched this fight and you thought Sagawa won, and then you saw that scorecard, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Really? And then you look at the guy's face, his face is broken up. Like, oh, influence scores 95, 95, 95, 95, 96, 94. So two cards had it a draw, and one had Sagawa winning by fucking 1 round. This is influencers. Ace Baker, JJ Solomon. So this shows you non-biased people that are watching the fight predicting. Not one of them picked Palacios to win that fight. Not one of them, right? Like it's pathetic, man. Like they should put a fourth judge in there that is just like that, an influencer judge, not related, fucking not one of the fucking standard dudes, and make it four judges. But what a bunch of fucking crap. Tank is the face of FBI watch list. He is. Tank is the fucking face of the FBA fucking watch lists. Fucking Christ, Tank Davis. But let's look at this kid, Diego Torres Nunez. Good opponent. This fight should be pretty good, man. Valenzuela versus this kid. Only one loss, was stopped in that fight. 19 knockouts in his 22 victories. So good power. He got knocked out by Raymond Bretala in the eighth round back in 2023. Since then, has faced, not bad opposition. 17 and 3, 3, 6 and 1, 13, 1 and 1, 12, 3 and 2. So, three out of the four opponents he fought were pretty decent. And one of them went the distance, the other two got stopped. So not bad. But when you look at the level of competition he's been in with compared to Valenzuela, I mean, outside of Muratalla, the guy hasn't fought any rated fucking opponents. But yeah, here we go. Flores, 29 years old versus Starling Castillo, 30 years old. 72 versus 74-inch reach. 6 foot versus 5'11" for the final fight of this card. Come on, Roach is the promoter. His dad's addiction center. Suleiman. Super lightweight fight. These guys are both pretty big for super lightweight. 140 pounds, 6 foot tall, 5'11", 74-inch reach, 72-inch reach. That's like welterweight fucking uh size. I gotta pick the Mexican fighter over the Dominican fighter. Dominican fighters to me, overrated. Chihuahua. Brian Flores. So I'm picking Brian Flores to win this fight. Let's see if we also get terrible scorecards in this one. Because the last two fights, fucking terrible scorecards. If I was the guy that runs Pro Box, I wouldn't have those fucking judges on my cards ever again. Because it delegitimizes your fucking fights and the victories. You got Santiago. You like those Dominican fighters? I find Dominican fighters are dudes with hyped up, overrated resumes. Good skill set as far, sorry, good athleticism, but technically not really great fighters. A little wild, a little fucking reckless. Just think who gets a fucking tattoo of a machine gun on their fucking body. That's some cheesy shit, man. Let's get it on. Castillo kind of looks like Isaac from Liverpool. Round one. Here we go. These guys obviously both going to try to establish jabs. They both have long reaches, especially Castillo. 74-inch reach, the same reach as Bud Crawford. Yet he's oh, nice counter left from Castillo. That's nice. He's like a 1-2 guy. Good jab, big left down the pipe. What's Flores going to do to get in? He's going to have to double up his jab, hit that chest. Neighbors, kids. Car, even though instead of saying car in Taiwan, you say scooter. Flores is going to have to do a better job getting on the inside because you can see Castillo. He just wants to control that range all night. He looks like every single amateur fighter, skinny and super long, fighting behind a long jab, trying to land that backhand. What's up, Stringer from above? How's it? Have you guys heard that new fucking accent or whatever coming out of Toronto? I'm glad I don't live in fucking Toronto anymore. When I listen to that, it's so cringe. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They're like idiots. Anyone that wants to talk like fucking their mental case, like imagine that. Your parents would be so proud that their kids sound like fucking complete retards. It's like when they were trying to fucking legalize ebonics in fucking America. Yeah, because what we want our black kids to fucking be retarded and fucking not be able to speak fucking English. Because in the future, that's going to help them. They're going to be able to get jobs easily. Like you live in America, but then fucking teach ebonics because that's cultural. Fuck me. So then I guess we should only teach Chinese and fucking Spanish as well, because obviously, all the Mexican immigrants and fucking Chinese immigrants, why should they have to fucking speak English in the educational system in America? Fucking dummies. Now in Canada, the people sound like fucking. Remember all those white girls from the Valley in California with the whole Valley girl fucking accent? Like they were mocked and ridiculed because they sounded like fucking complete idiots, right? And that's what it was known for. Basically, the only time you heard it is to basically ridicule them. Uh, so, Stringer from above, who are you predicting tomorrow versus Tio and Shakur, and Ortiz versus Keyshawn Davis? In the chat, the majority of people are picking Keyshawn and Shakur to win, but a few people are going out on the ledge and picking Tio and Ortiz. What's your prediction? Let us know in the comment section below. Round two, Florida's gonna have to fucking up his ante. His volume is too low. He lost that round just because of inactivity. Castillo's got a good backhand, the left right down the pipe. Those are some good body shots from Flores. You got to do more of that. Don't rush like a fucking mental case. Use a little bit of angles, double up your jab. There you go. That's a good right hand. This round is better so far for Flores. He's picking up his pace a bit. Good shot off the hip. I would hit the guy in the hips until the ref tells me I can't. Good 1-2 from Castillo. Good body shot. There you go. Counter left. Nice shot from Flores. I think that counter left is there all night over top of the jab or lead with it, which will keep the jab in holstered. If you lead with that shot, he's not going to feel comfortable leading with his jab, knowing that you're going to fucking throw a power shot. And then you can take away his left hand by keeping your fucking right hand up. You're on the inside. Why are you giving up ground? Don't jab with him. Lead with that fucking left hook. There you go. Let those hands go. Good combination punching from Flores, specifically aiming for that body. Flores is not bad as far as foot movement. That's definitely a Flores round. His volume increased a lot. He went to the body much more, took the initiative, didn't sit back and allow Santiago to establish his jab and his backhand. Obviously, he still had some success, but at least it wasn't what was dictating the ring. She's thick. Look at her. Thick. She must be a gym bunny. Next fight card from Pro Box, Telez versus Luis Torres. I know those guys, and the rest of them, I don't know who they are. Luis Lopez, Ruben Aguilar, Edwin Velasquez, and Grimaldo Machaca. But I think it's good if they keep putting out fight cards consistently at that level. Because I mean, when I was a kid, that's what all the fight cards were like, right? Unknown dudes who you got to watch fight, and then you built up a respect for them. That's it, Flores. Keep leading with that left hand, the left hook. It'll keep his jab holstered. String from above, you're still not telling us your predictions. We're waiting with bated breath. Give us the tea. Thing with Castillo, he's very predictable because he just does the same thing all the time. There, you got him on the ropes. Hit that body. Nice work. Good work, Flores. I got Tio, Shakur, and Shushu. There you go. See, that's a respectable pick. We haven't talked about Shushu Carrington, but I assume most people are picking Shushu to beat Castillo. Obviously, that's the least competitive of the three fights for sure. Castillo is already a guy that's proven he's not at that elite level. Good body work from Flores. He's starting to break Castillo down a bit. You can leave it to Stringer from above to come through with a boxing prediction, one based on uh, reality, not one based on other issues. Shushu's opponents leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, well, that's it. He's not bad as far as an opponent to fight for a vacant title. I mean, he's legitimate, but you know, I can't imagine anyone predicting that he's going to win that fight. Castillo. What's Castillo's best victory? Carlos Castro, 30-3, only stopped once, so he's tough Brazilian kid, about 50% knockout ratio. His last fight he lost, so coming off of a loss for a world title, he's getting an opportunity to fight for a world title again. So that's kind of bullshit. Obviously, his only loss came to Brandon Figueroa, who stopped him. Went the distance with Luis Neri, not bad, beat Cesar Juarez, beat Oscar Escandon, beat Genesis Cervane. So those are three legitimate victories right there. You know, three legitimate victories, and obviously with the higher level dudes, right? Because those guys I said are good, but they weren't world champions. The world champions he fought, he got beat by all three of them. So obviously, we do expect that Carrington Shushu is a world champion level contender, so he should be able to do the same thing. The question with that is Shushu going to be able to make a statement and fucking do what Figueroa did and get Castillo out of there, or is it going to go the distance and be, kind of a one-sided, boring, uninspired performance? Hopefully it's the opposite. I'd love to see Shushu go in there and fucking dominate and destroy the dude, right? And make a fucking huge statement. Look at that. That's crazy, right? The punch count shows you fucking everything you need to know why fucking Flores has won the last two rounds. He's just been far more aggressive. And because of that, he's winning. And his aggressiveness is forcing Castillo to be much more defensive and less effective. Even though this round you could see Castillo's team came out and said, dude, you better let your fucking hands go. So that's what he's doing so far. And he's fighting from mid range as opposed to trying to control the distance with his jab and his backhand. And if he does that, then obviously that's not good for him because mid range fight against Flores, that's not the skill set that's going to make him win. That's exactly what Flores wants, a fight where he could hit that body and break him down. Nice hook to the body, Flores. Nice lead right. I could see Flores stop fucking Castillo in the second half of this fight. Castillo's blowing hard because the pace is real quick. Evan says Shushu almost 30 and fighting for a vacant belt. I can't believe those dudes wasted so many important years. I know the Tokyo Olympics got pushed back, but he should have been far more active as a pro. Should have fought for a title 2 years ago with amateur pedigree and his age. That's true, but in this day and age, I mean, you look at Oshaki Foster, didn't fight for a world title till he was 28. Frank Martin didn't fight for a world title till he was fucking 28. Cruz just fought, and he's like, what, 30, 31, 30, 31 years old, just fought for his first world title. So in this day and age, I mean, it's far normal for dudes to be fighting almost 30 for their first world titles because unfortunately teams are just unwilling to fucking match guys up difficultly, right? And obviously Top Rank is the best at building guys up and leading them to world title contention. So they obviously felt that Shushu, even though he showed great skill set, still had some things to deal with. Remember the Sagawa fight? He beat Sagawa, but that fight he did not look good at all. There were big questions after that performance. A lot of the hype and hysteria for Shushu really dropped off. people were like, "Mm." But that's kind of unfair as well. People have off days. I've been training Muay Thai and wrestling recently. Boxing is cool. Still watch it, but it's too limited. Too limited in what sense? Street fights or entertainment? I can say I watch Muay Thai live and Muay Thai overall. Eh. And wrestling. We had a good wrestling team when I went to university. Wrestling just, I prefer judo to wrestling. It's very similar, but less gay. You got more clothes between you and your opponent. Come on, ref, calm down. The fight's been competitive. I say it's probably 2-2 after 4 rounds, even though the last round was competitive. Out of all the rounds, it was probably the closest round for sure. But Castillo definitely picked up his volume and had more moments in that fight. Ah, but according to the punch counts, it's probably should be 3-1 Flores over Castillo. More entertaining? I don't think so. Plus, the bladed stance boxing has will get your legs destroyed, and you'll have no ability to sprawl and defend takedowns. You mean in real fighting? Well, all I know is whenever I saw a boxer in a street fight, they fucking won easily. Easily. I've never seen Muay Thai guys in a street fight, so I don't know how that would play out. And as far as MMA guys, the problem is in a street fight, if you want to go to the ground, it's wrong. It's the wrong fucking tactic because there's outside fucking factors in a street fight. Dudes that are buddies hitting you from behind, fucking all kinds of shit. You never want to go down in a street fight. Every single street fight I've ever seen, except for one, where I saw a Taekwondo guy beat the boxer, and that was primarily because of kicks, right? You got to be more of a boxer like my father was when he was young. He was a boxer primarily, but he fucking always used those kicks just to throw you off, keep you off balance, uh, and have your hands drop so he could fucking hit you with big shots. But as far as more entertaining, I've watched lots of Muay Thai. I don't think it's more entertaining at all, even though I do think there's sexier girls uh, that I've seen doing Muay Thai than boxers, but I could be wrong. This inside scrap stuff isn't going to help Castillo. I think it's going to tire him down. All that mauling and fucking inside stuff, giving up his height and reach advantage. Good body work from Flores. Yes, keep hitting that body, man. Change those angles, hit that body. I think that's definitely a Flores round. So at this point, it's probably 4-1 Flores. Who in the chat picked Castillo to win? Let me go back. Who said that? Who wanted Castillo to win? Ah, Raf. Raf picked Castillo. It ain't looking good, Raf. It looked like that was a bad prediction on your part. But with the scorecards tonight, you could find Castillo winning 99-91 at the end of this fight. Oh, Shushu. I like Shushu though. He's a very well spoken kid, and he's not 30. He's 28. So he's the exactly same as Oshaki and fucking Frank Martin, who were 28-year-olds who got their world title fight. And there's been several guys similar that were at 28 when they got their world title fights. His best wins, pretty mediocre. Really, when you look at his resume, right? There's nobody really impressive. Like, to be fair, Top Rank really moved him like the PBC moved fucking Boots Ennis. How old was when Boots Ennis when he got his world title fight? Also about 28 years old as well. Uh, eh, so there's definitely a trend of waiting until guys are like 28, which is like physically at their peak, right? So if that's a moment that you could win, it's definitely when you're 28. You're mature, physically you're fucking at your peak, soon to be on your downslide. So capitalize when you can. Influence, Habit, Flores. One actually has Castillo winning. I don't know how you could pick Castillo winning. Ace Baker. Who the fuck is Ace Baker anyway? But he's got it 48, 47. Castillo. There's no way in hell Castillo's winning this fight. After 5 rounds, you have to have it 3-2 for Flores. Maybe 4-1. But there's no side of that equation where fucking Castillo, the longer fighter, fighting behind a long jab, giving up distance, getting outlanded and outpunched, is winning the fight. Like, this is the problem, right? How do these guys determine who wins a fight if you can't even observe simple fucking things like that? Like in the first round, it was clear to see the longer fighter was able to control distance, keep the other fighter at bay, made him struggle to throw volume and get on the inside. But since then, it's been a completely different fight. Like right now, he's on the ropes, he's getting hammered to the body. I mean, obviously, he's fighting back and landing punches, but like, this is not the way he wants to fight. Like, what he's doing is survival. He's doing what he has to do to survive. But he looks tired, his mouth is open. He's just doing what he has to do to keep this guy fucking at bay. But he's still getting fucking hit consistently, getting broken down. Ring generalship, totally with Flores. Volume with Flores. Cleaner, effective punches, Flores. Yeah, Flores is up. 4-2, 5-1. What's up, Beavis? You watching the fight? Who do you have winning? Speaking of that, who are you picking to win between Shakur and Tio? Let us know. Leave it in the comment section below. So far, the majority of people in the chat have predicted Shakur to win. A couple people have led towards Tio. As far as Keyshawn Davis versus Ortiz, most people have picked Keyshawn, with one exception, driving home now. So just tell me your prediction. Tio, and what about Keyshawn and Ortiz? Round 7 of Castillo versus Flores. As I said earlier, I think Flores could stop this guy with the pace it's going at right now. 86 to 58 landed punches, according to uh, their punch counting stat, whatever they're using. But yet, some people actually have Castillo winning the fight. You're like literally getting out punched by 20 shots, but you're winning. Sean, did you see how big Keyshawn was next to Ortiz? Crazy how he was making 135. He's got real skinny legs, right? He's a real thin dude, but he is obviously much taller. But that's why I said I think Keyshawn moving to 140 was going to be a good thing, right? I think it's probably premature for him to move to 147. I think he probably could have a few real fucking dominant years at 140. I think he beats everybody at 140, right? The only fight that potentially could be difficult for him is a steroided fucking infused Gary Russell Jr. But as far as the other opponents, like the guy that just won, the UK guy, he beats him. Uh, Lopez is a tough fight, but I think stylistically, Keyshawn is a way more difficult fucking opponent than Shakur Stevenson is for Tio. Way more difficult. Keyshawn beats an old little guy, and now he's unstoppable. Look at you, dude, man. You're so bitter. So bitter. Oh my God. Dude, it's an opinion. You can have a different opinion. And apparently you do. Old guy. Keyshawn is a silver medal Olympian. Obviously, he's got great pedigree. And unlike Shakur, he's a fucking boxer puncher with an aggressive fucking fan friendly style. I mean, I don't know what's not to like, but okay. Some people always find a way to fucking not like some people. Yeah, we'll learn tomorrow when Keyshawn does what Lomachenko and Tio both couldn't do and fucking knocks Ortiz out. And then you'll say, Keyshawn's a weight bully, right? That's what you're going to say, right? I would not be surprised if that was the narrative fucking post fight from Evan Deere that Keyshawn is a weight bully. Good shots, Flores. Come on, put those hands together. A little credit. I think he's fragile. Well, ironically enough, the things you give Tio a pass on, being mentally fragile, you're gonna highlight with Keyshawn. Okay. Imagine that, right? To be fair, my guy Loma Ortiz himself was significantly bigger than him. Yeah, no, Ortiz was bigger than Loma, and Loma was coming off of a year of inactivity, being part of the Ukrainian militia. So he wasn't in the gym hitting the bag or doing anything boxing related during that period of time. Unlike most guys who are inactive, they're still in the gym. They're still sparring. They're still fucking hitting the bag and putting in work. Lomachenko wasn't doing any of that for that year. So it was no surprise that he came back and he did not look fucking great. And Ortiz was also comfortable against Loma because he boxed, sparred with him so many times. So yeah, Keyshawn lied about being in an ambulance for 4 hours with the sirens the whole time. What? Man, I don't even know what you're talking about and why it fucking means anything. He was a kid. Who knows what fucking his emotional scars fucking made him think or feel. Like, why is that a fucking issue? Like, if anything, you should be able to relate to him because you both went through a fucking ordeal that for a kid is obviously, a scarring one. That was actually a beautiful performance by Loma. He had to dig deep, and he definitely won. It wasn't controversial like LDBC tried painting it out to be. Well, fucking, they would find any way to try to discredit Lomachenko. Like you look at John Boxing, who discredits fucking Loma for fucking beating Cambosis, but yet fucking praises Haney for beating Cambosis, and praises fucking Devin Haney for beating that Lomachenko, that Hall of Famer Lomachenko, that pound for pound fighter Lomachenko, is what he says when he fucking tries to dick ride fucking Devin Haney. So when you use Lomachenko to dick ride Devin Haney, all of a sudden Lomachenko's a fucking Hall of Famer and a pound for pound fighter. But when you're trying to derade him and downplay him, all that stuff doesn't mean anything, right? Like that's how fucking fraudulent so many of these so-called boxing YouTubers are. Great right hand from Flores. Keep digging that shit into the body, buddy. I'm covering Tio and Shakur tomorrow, yeah. For sure. 100%. I just paid for my pay-per-view yesterday, so that shit's ready to rock and roll. You guys remember when John said Loma wasn't pound for pound after he beat Nakatani and School Kome? He said it wasn't good enough, but when Haney beat him, he now calls him pound for pound. Exactly. And then Haney beats guys like fucking Linares and what's his face? Who's the guy that came up from 130 that was a champion, right? He beat those guys, and all of a sudden, those are great fucking victories. But Nakatani and Kome are not great opponents, right? This is the problem with fucking dudes like this that just blatantly fucking lie. I think if Haney, Teal, and Ortiz had the exact same height and frame as Loma, they would be lucky to go 9 rounds with him. I agree. Lomachenko beats fucking all of them handily if they were the same size, which is what made Lomachenko a pound for pound great fighter. Sean, is Loma a first ballot Hall of Famer? Without a fucking doubt. There's no question. Easily. Stringer, that's correct. Loma is first ballot aircraft. Undoubtedly. I mean, let's put it this way. Golovkin is a Hall of Famer, and I love Golovkin, but you can't rate Golovkin over Lomachenko. It's impossible. What Lomachenko did as an amateur and a pro is exceptional. Even if you want to fucking say he's got 3 losses, two controversial, only one legitimate. And even in that legitimate fight versus Tio, he was injured and he still almost stopped Tio in that fight and could have had a draw on my card if he would have pulled out the 12th round, which he didn't. Tio, to his credit, fucking won that round, landing a huge fucking punch. Uh, but yeah, that was the only fight I have Lomachenko legitimately winning. But that was also a fight his father told him to pull out of. And he said he'd retire if they forced him not to take the fight, which I said all along in my video recently when I talk about these great amateur fighters who let their ego fucking get in the way of them. Lomachenko, like many great fighters, unfortunately made a few decisions that probably he regrets because they just weren't the right decision. He should have fought Cambosis in Australia, right? He should have done that. And then the Haney fight would have happened on his terms. He would have been more active. He would have beat Haney more convincingly. Then we potentially would have got maybe a Tank Davis unification fight or a Shakur fight, right? More things potentially would have happened positively for his career if he would have approached these things correctly. If he would have fought Comey for that title instead of allowing Comey to fight Lopez, then he would have been an undisputed champion at 135, right? And then he could have fought Haney and Lopez as top uh, mandatory opponents afterwards. So there's a lot of things he could have done differently, but you know, it is what it is. Chi was robbed of a gold medal. Loma did win 2 of them. Sean, did you see Sean Haney have a brawl and jump Tiger Johnson? I didn't see that. I did see that there was some issue. Who's Sean Haney? Like Devin Haney started a brawl with Tiger Johnson. You don't want to fuck with Tiger Johnson. So Sean Haney's Devin's little brother. Who's he? Does he even fight? Why is he starting fucking something? Like the Haneys to me as a family are fucking whack. Like, okay, Sean Haney, we'll throw you in with Tiger Johnson who will knock your ass out. Knock your fucking ass out. Come on. Like, Tiger Johnson's good, man. He looked spectacular in his fucking last fight. Spectacular. But now, if Tiger Johnson's fighting Devin Haney's little brother, John Boxing going to start have to hating on Tiger Johnson. Those body shots are really affecting Castillo. Keep hitting that body, Flores. He ain't liking that shit. Look at how he's bent over, protecting his body with those long arms. Well, I didn't see that. Is there like video? Bill Haney always starts bullshit when he's surrounded by his people. Ah, Bill Haney's a fucking clown. The fact that LDBC support him tells you everything you fucking need to know. Like, I wouldn't fucking piss on the LDBC if they were on fire. Sean Haney starts a fight with Tiger Johnson. Oh, of course, 78's all over it. Can you imagine the LDBC going out of their way to dick ride this situation? Most of us, it is what it is. Who even knows who started it? I don't know fucking who started what. But imagine fucking 78 cheeseburger fucking nation coming out with that fucking take. No surprise at all. Like that was just the first thing I saw, right? When he's there. And it was like, man, who's this guy? This problem with hood mentality, hood culture. Someone caught him with a fucking shot. Someone caught him with the shot. The Haney's jumped Tiger Johnson. I'm sure we'll be finding out more about this. Bill Haney involved in brawl after T.O. Shakur fight. And just imagine, this is about Shakur and T.O., but the Haneys need to make it about themselves. Like, what the fuck is Devin's dad doing there fucking doing anything? It ain't nothing to do with your fucking son. This has to do with Shakur and fucking T.O. But here's this fucking dude clout chasing off of fucking somebody else's fucking, fight card. And now you have this shit happen, and it's like, oh, they're gonna fucking take all the fucking media because fucking these casual motherfucking fans love controversy. They'd much rather see a fight like this outside the ring than a fight fucking inside the ring. Now you can make fucking Tiger Johnson versus fucking Devin Haney. Like, let's look at the rankings right now. I don't know if Tiger Johnson's ranked for the WBC title, but Tiger Johnson is a way better fighter than fucking the dude Devin Haney just beat to win the title. Way better. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But prove me fucking wrong. It looks like cheese when fighters start brawls to sell a rivalry. Ugh, right? It's like when I used to play basketball. Fucking the brothers are fighting constantly. Fucking stopping the game, fighting fucking over a loose ball, a ball that went out of fucking bounds. And it was like, fuck, man, paper, scissors, stone for the shit and move on. Like, why are we gonna fucking ruin the whole game because you dudes are just too fucking roid raged? Like, calm the fuck down. I agree, Tiger is better than Brian Norman Jr. Way better fighter than Brian Norman Jr. But boxing scenes, boxing rankings. Let's go to the source and we'll see right here. We could understand why Bill Haney would be talking shit about Tiger Johnson because potentially he might be forced to fucking face him. So Lewis Crocker, Liam Parrow, Donovan are 1 and 2. Who gives a fuck about either one of those guys? Polanco is number 10. He deserves fucking an opportunity. For Rolly Romero's WBA title, Gisioff, Stanionis are there. Ralph Curiel, Julian Rodriguez, who just had a big win. Oh yeah, look. Look, you don't see Tiger Johnson ranked in any of those. 147, Mario Barros. You got Connor Ben and Sissoko. Pacquiao, number 3. Pacquiao coming off a loss is ranked number 3. Fuck me. And he's not ranked. Right? It's crazy. The only fucking rankings that fucking rank uh Johnson is the WBO. Jack Catterall number 1, Karen number 2, Pacquiao number 3. Give me a fucking break. Brian Norman number 4, Liam Perro number 5, Polanco 6, Tiger Johnson number 7. So there he is. He's a potential fucking opponent for you. Oh, why did I turn it off? Turn it on quick. I want to find the result. What? Come on, motherfucker. Quick, quick. Hmm. Shh. Pro box. That girl's fucking tall. God damn. WNBA girl. Again, like imagine having that fight a draw. If Crawford was to find a way to KO Janibek, Evan would still find an excuse. That's true. That's true. This is true. This is true. Sean, is Devin Haney a Hall of Famer if he retires today? Not a first ballot Hall of Famer if he retires today. No, because he fought a bunch of. Speaking of fucking beating old fucking guys, uh, Devin Haney's made a career out of beating old fighters. Everyone he's fought is old, except for Brian Norman, who was fucking a hype job and overrated. Literally never beat anybody outside of fucking Giovanni Santillan, right? That's the best win you could fucking say. Giovanni Santillan. Speaking of that, Wasn't Giovanni fighting this weekend as well? Am I mistaken? Giovanni Santillan. Yeah, he's fighting today, tomorrow, against a guy who's 17, 11, and 3, right? After losing to Brian Norman, you fought Frederick Lawson, who was fucking shot. Then you beat a guy who's 18 and 2 in Angel Villa, who I'm not familiar with. And now you're fighting this guy, Courtney Pennington, who's literally a fucking bum ass opponent on the undercard of Xander Zayas and Abbas. Like, but obviously his victories over Lomachenko and his victories over what's his face, the 140-pound champion, are solid. He's got a couple other, the victories aren't bad. It's just old fighters. And you're now a three-weight world champion, but there's been multiple guys who are three-weight world champions who aren't in the Hall of Fame. He was undisputed, but to be undisputed, he beat one fighter, George Kambosos. So he beat Kambosos, who never beat another legitimate fighter after beating Lopez. So he had one victory in his career and then went on to lose to every other top fighter he ever faced in his career. And then, of course, you fought Loma, and now you fought Prograis, and that's about the extent of your career, to be honest. Ah, drunk Irishman's in the house. Irishman, who are you picking tomorrow, Lopez or Shakur? And who you picking, Ortiz versus Keyshawn? Let the chat know. Madrimov is suffering from a lung infection he's had since he was a kid. In the Crawford fight, he settled and it wasn't an issue. Yeah, has he had it that long? Imagine being an elite boxer, an elite amateur, and now a pro who's had lung issues. Well, Shakur by UD, and then Keyshawn Ortiz. Who you picking there? Where was my weekend boxing predictions? Let's find it. Oh, I I fucking went against my own opinion. Uh, oh my God, Sean, you fucking, oh, I killed myself. I picked Castillo to win this fight by split decision. I picked Sagawa to win. I picked Scarborough to win. So out of this day's card, I got fucking 1 out of 3 right. I can't believe I just picked Flores now, but I picked Castillo fucking here. Flores, I picked to win the next fight card. Skull, I picked to win. Merzaliev by 6 round TKO. Padley by split decision. Turhan, Zayas by majority decision, Sendono by 7th round, Polanco by 4th round, Santillian by 6th round, Stevenson by split decision, Carlos Adames by 8th round decision, but unfortunately his fight's off. Davis by 9th round, Harrington by 7th round, Miller by 3rd round, Ryle Valenzuela by 6th round victory, Butayev by 9th round, and Vosdik by split decision. So that's my cards for the weekend. Backwards, forwards. Keyshawn by KO. Look at you. Simpatico. Simpatico. Sean, did you hear the rumors of Bud returning? I didn't, but as I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm hearing Turkey is leaving boxing. I hope not, because the new Ring magazine is fire. Leaving boxing, why? What do you mean? He's like owns Ring magazine, part ownership of DAZN. And I don't know what his affiliation is with the new thing, Zuffa Boxing, but he's part of the funding behind Zuffa Boxing as well. Where did you confirm I didn't bother me the Crawford fight? You're one glazing mofo. Huh? Adamas fight is off. Yes, he was drained himself trying to make weight. He said in an interview last year, he said in the Crawford fight he was fine, but in the Virgil fight he felt it. Ring Magazine app is fire. Sean, do Taiwanese women know how to cook? Some. Some do, some don't. The problem in Taiwan, it's so convenient. Like literally, I could go to my Uber app, order food right now, and it'd take less than 20 minutes for it to get to my fucking door. It's like this. So, and then at evenings when you drive around the streets, there's like all kinds of not restaurants, stands, food stands everywhere. You go over there that direction, there's like a day market, and then at night is just food stands everywhere. You could just drive there and you could get like five different foods from five different food stands for less than fucking $30 and just buy food that way. Like, why are you gonna cook when the convenience for buying food in the street is like so easy? Singer from above, you got so emotional every time I bring up Crawford. You, Evan, and Two Tone should lock yourselves in a room together. Two Tone. Two Tone from Boxing Voice. Is he also an anti Crawford dude? Yeah, I don't know why people are so have such an issue with Bud Crawford. He's one of the most entertaining fighters in boxing. The dude's fucking a straight up G, and he's done everything you would hope a boxer would do in the sport of boxing. Outside of being ducked blatantly by the PBC, uh, what's the issue? Yeah, 160 division, fucking shit show. Adamas fucking blows fucking weight, can't make it because he's fucking a weight bully. Fucking Janabek fucking caught using fucking steroids. The only guy he got left is a 43-year-old fucking Lara. Like, not much to get excited about when you talk about the fucking middleweight division of boxing. But thanks everyone for jumping in. I'm going to be feeding Lily and going to the store to buy a coffee and chillax. So I will see you guys next time tomorrow. Be here or be square. I will be going live for the Tio Shakur fight. I obviously will also do the other fight as well. But yeah, later. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.